歩き慣れた街で迷子のまま退屈すぎて空に願うまま昨日信じてた景色が崩れ守りたいほど心は潰れ目をそらして隠した傷も夜風に揺れて燃える火種も導く炎に心が呼ばれそれでも探してる生きてる理由永遠は泣いて泣いて言われましたそれならそれでいいって笑え僕らはいつか消えてしまうけど消えるその日まで歩いてみますその日まふと気づけば僕らは考えるのをやめてしまいました知らぬ間覚えた嘘で守り甘さに怯えにださに慣れて朽ちる未来を遠目で見てて水面揺れ未来映し出す掴んだ記憶は新しい足夜空が裂け音を残して遠くの声が風にほどけて学びきれず別れ涙揺られ伝えきれず願い言葉消され笑いきれず離れそれでも生きて不器用なままでここで息して永遠は泣いて泣いて言われましたそれでも辛いねって泣けて風船も割れる日が来るけれど命のいつねをつないで守る永遠は泣いて泣いて言われました明かりが消える日まで歩いてみます歩き慣れた街で迷子のまま退屈すぎて空に願うまま昨日信じてた景色が崩れ守りたいほど心は潰れ目をそらして隠した傷も夜風に揺れて燃える火種も導く炎に心が呼ばれそれでも探してる生きてる理由
Alright, it's been a couple of months. Ah, it works! Fucking works! Excellent! Anyhow, everyone, I'm back. With a degree this time! Oh shit, man. Okay, so we're still continuing our little marathon and shit because I'm sticking to a promise. However, we're doing a little bit different. We're painting whole fucking models. Then we're gonna go back to edge highlighting after I paint all of these bastards. No, I won't edge highlight them after I finish them. I'm gonna do it later because I have to research and figure out how to make a lighter mahogany. Oh boy. I hope the YouTube stream is working as because genuinely I just don't know how the fuck YouTube works. I genuinely do not. Let me just lower this stupid fucking thing. Hope everybody has been right these past months. I have been in fucking hell. Well, sorta. In the past 3 months, well, partially I've been on holiday. I was in Italy, so I couldn't celebrate with you all my degree because after I finished my last exam, I had 2 days to pack. So, yeah. And afterwards, what the fuck did I want to say? Yeah, afterwards,
Icons don't follow time. They set it.
Oh, fuck off, these ads. And afterwards, I fucking got a job. With a catch though, I'm not getting paid. Thank you, communism. Thank you kindly for creating a law where I have to volunteer in court 2 years for the shortest route to take the bar exam. Well, qualify for the bar exam, not to take it. Because to take it, I had to qualify and then pay a metric shit ton. I already have the books for the bar exam, and I'm reading it ahead of time. Now you'll be wondering why. Well, first off, I have to pass out of 7 exams, 5 in succession. Yes, 5. Yes, that's every day an exam. If I don't, I automatically fail and I have to redo it after 3 months. It's kind of bullshit. Also, I signed up for a Conkers to get for a program where I'll get some pay, and that will only last me a year. So technically now, I don't know, I am employed, but I'm not at the same time. Fucking sucks, but yeah, what can I do? Like, it's the law, and the parliament won't ever change it because they don't have to divert funds. You know, they save up on money for us little mortals called fresh grads. Fucking yeah, I genuinely don't know at this point. Like, it's so weird. Don't get me wrong, I like being there. I genuinely like being there. It's just hard. It's just fucking hard, man. God, what can I do? Oh yeah. Also, if you have all noticed, there's no St. Jude's donation link. That's because for Discord, the community voted. I am changing the donation goal to my friend called Banshee Zeno, who is still fighting cancer, and therefore it is. And since nobody donated into the St. Jude's thing, I decided to switch in hopes of maybe people will help her instead. Please do not donate if you don't have any spare funds. Don't put yourself in financial risk. But if you can, please share the streams. Please share the streams. Or if you're watching the VOD, I will put the donation link in the comments as a pinned comment, and you all can donate there. Or if you just want, please share the Ko-Fi link I pinned as well. You don't even need to share my channel for that. But I have, I've been working in 3 weeks, how do I say this, in the archives, because that's where everyone starts at first. Well, that's archives, it's scriptorums, different branches of law, crime. Yo, I have to look up. Oh, fuck off now. Parnica. Na englesku. Yeah, let's say civic court. Oh, I have to. Hold up. Out of civic court, I don't know how it's called in English, so I can't. Van parnica, if you're Serbs, you probably know, and executive court. Executive branch of law. But yeah. Anyhow, I'm back, and expect videos to be done. Like I said, I needed a break from streaming. Well, not a break. It's more of I needed to get adjusted to working life now. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but when you stop studying as much. I mean, if you all know, I'm planning to sign up on the master's degree program, but all in all, I'm working. It's going to be very. It was challenging me to get, how to say it, accustomed to it. So I needed to get, how to say this, used to the working life. Then I, yada yada yada. You all know what I want to say. My brain is tired. I'm sorry. However, I have stories. Because no normal person will ever go to fucking court. Not like me to volunteer. However, you have to be fucking insane to do that. Like me. I still don't know what I want to say. But yeah, I'm gonna wait till a couple of people come. I don't expect much people to actually be in this stream because I've been gone for at least 4 months. Maybe more, I genuinely don't know. And that's what happens when you take a long ass fucking break in streaming. But what can I do? I had to get my degree. Because if I can't help myself, I cannot help others. Yeah, I know. Very weird, isn't it? Me being actually responsible for once. Or better yet, a VTuber that is fucking responsible. No fucking way, mate. No fucking way. SMH. OMG. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Yeah. Let's get started to painting, alright? So, actually no, I had to finish my coffee. Then we're gonna get to painting. If anybody wants to ask me court stuff, for the record, if you're not Serbian, I cannot give you legal advice. I'm banned for that. And even if I do, If you are, please don't ask me. I am literally barely a month into my practice. Alright? I know some stuff. I can give legal advice, funny enough. However, I don't want to fuck myself over. Alright. Now I got that out of the way. What I'm gonna do in the future now. Well, first off, Warhammer. Lots of Warhammer. I think I wrote the script for Chaos in general. Could be wrong. I'm gonna have to reread it. Thankfully, I have a fresh pair of eyes now, so I can... And I became a little bit more eloquent because of my court practice. Funny enough. Then I am going to also focus on the drama channel. Yeah. I'm also probably, hopefully, gonna do the video game review and the let's play. I don't know. It's gonna be sporadic as fuck. I'm gonna make a YouTube video as well explaining where I have been. And thankfully share some good news about, you know, finishing law and what you all can expect a little bit. I just need to make a plan a little bit. And then we're gonna be straight up getting on that because I have a shit ton of free time now. I have a shit ton of free time because in court I'm studying, you know, because I'm technically not doing anything. Archival work, scriptorum work is not my jurisdiction. I just have to watch what they're doing so I know what is going on there and shit like that. That's it. It's their code. It's their work code. How it's their procedures and everything. I just, yeah. I like you all. We'll go from the bottom to the top, basically that. However, I'm glad I'm done. I'm genuinely glad I'm done. Like it's not even. It didn't even hit me till a family friend called me to congratulate me because that woman is my third mother. The second one being my aunt. All right, so. Oh, thank God, the paints didn't spill. Okay, good. I think they're all also okay. Where's the bone paint I bought from Italy? What the hell? That's that. That's black paint. Where did I put it? Hold up, I have to find it now. This is a code red. That's sand. Where are you? That's gunmetal. That's the gunmetal I bought. Look at that. X is already scuffing up. Excellent. It's like I never left. It's like I never left, boys. It's like I never left. I feel so fucking stupid. There's no way. I genuinely think I put it in here. I just can't find it. That's scale semi-fine, pale flesh, which I adore. That's pink. That's purple. Okay, it's good. The orange is still okay. Yeah, I can't find it. Never mind. We're gonna. No, actually, I do have to find it. It's an important thing. Wait, I think I see it. You stupid son of a bitch. There it is. By the way, these Terminators are my souvenirs from Italy. Anyhow, first off, we're gonna paint the metallic parts, which is the limbs bar the shoulder pad. It's the easier one to do because the torso, the head, and the shoulder pads, they are mahogany color. And that I need to paint mix. Anyhow, get my brush that I got from France long ago. Hello, my beloved. Alright. I'm gonna use the leftover metallic paint, gunmetal paint I used before, because why would I open up a fresh paint where I can just use this? Ooh. Damn boy, he's thick. Alright, that's good. Anyhow, we are now gonna thin this shit. Because guess what? Metallic paints are thick in general, especially Vallejo's gunmetal. We have to thin it down a wee bit. Alright, so basically, yeah, you all can see it. Okay, good. So we're painting the limbs. If I hit the trim, because that's supposed to be gold, no problem whatsoever. Hold up. No. Alright, y'all can see it well. I cannot because there's a shadow on my end, but fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. There we go. And yes, it is inspired by the, if you caught onto it, it is inspired by the Revenant Legion. How so? Because they're Chaos Blood Angels. Yeah, boy. What did you expect me not to paint Blood Angels? I mean, I have Genestealer cults, but... well, me not painting Blood Angels is like Erebus not being a royal fucking cunt. It's an impossibility that will never happen. Yeah. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, please do tell me how were you these past 3 or 4 months since I've been away. I've been dying to know. No drama, by the way, because this is not the channel for it. I know some people have followed me because I'm very vocal on Twitter, and I have to warn you all. This channel on Twitch and YouTube is not the place for it. I know some people have been schizoing out basically, and I'm gonna tell you all to stop the ever-living shit out of it. Yeah, be responsible. Just be responsible. You know, use your brain a little bit. Like, I have a dedicated channel for VTuber drama and shit like that. Like, come on, dude. Come on, lads. Like, be classy a little bit. Like, I had to ban someone in the Discord because of their behavior off server. Because I don't like what is going on. And since it's my server, I have the full right to ban anyone who gives me the ick, and every streamer, by the way, has this little rule. So, please don't act like giant fucking obsessive bellends off the server. Worst of all, if you bring that shit into the server. Like, I'm all fun and games on dunking people I have dunked on before. If I'm actually fucking openly criticizing you, you most definitely fucking deserve it. Because to be on my radar, you really need to be a gigantic fucking arsehole. Like, there's no bullshitting here. Like, you have to be a giant bloody arsehole to be on my radar. Because if you're just a small arsehole, I ignore you. Like, genuinely, I ignore you. If you're not, yeah. And like I said to all, I see all. I see what people are doing. Like, I don't know why people are sometimes surprised that if they act on behalf of my friends or on behalf of me, gigantic balance, and they expect me not to fucking see it, or worse, take offense to do not like it. Like, I don't know why people are some people are like that. Like, I'm serious. Like, why? Like, it's not flattering when you're... It's one thing to defend, it's another thing when you're just harassing people. Like, come on, dude. Like, if you're harassing a person who is known to be a harasser, you're not better than him. You have to be classy, like, seriously. And also, here's the thing about that. When you're acting like that, why would other people then listen to you? You give these bad people a way out. You gave them a way to dodge any accountability and responsibility. Sometimes they won't be subtle when they're dodging responsibility, but most of the time they are. And then you make everyone's work just harder. Like, there are people who have been basically getting away scot-free from any sort of responsibility, solely because the people who are trying to make them accountable absolutely fucking stupid and acting like grade A schizos. Like, doesn't help. But hey, that's Twitter. What do you expect? People who are... It's currently just a place where people are chronically fucking... No, not chronically, sorry. Terminally. That's the fucking term I'm looking for. Terminally fucking online. Like, what do you expect from them? And it's just people who are arseholes and just want to look for an excuse to be arseholes. They don't necessarily care about that person. Now, there are some times where even gigantic fucking arseholes grow a conscience, you know? But at the same time, it's fucking stupid. There's also the weird obsession of gotchas. Like, everybody is looking to get one another. People will say the VTubing sphere in general, but no, it's... Those people have not been on the internet for long if they're thinking it's only VTubing. It's been like that for all of content creation, honestly. Like, I'm being dead serious. There were always people, and I've been on the internet. I mean, I haven't been creating as a creator. I've not been on the internet till a couple of years ago. However, let me just check if it's applied evenly. It's not. I knew it. I maybe over-thinned it a little bit, but fuck it, we ball. But it's been like that for I would say most of the time on the internet. And people really like to say, oh, VTubing has gone bad. it's content creation in general. Content creation in general is not what it used to be. But that's what happens when it turns into a market, turns into an actual income source, but also it just is. Because before that, before content creators were fucking each other over, basically. A lot of people have been fucking each other over since forever. Like, why do you think there's something called defamation? Why do you think there's something called slander? That existed before VTubing, before content creation. It's always been like that. Because we humans are sometimes, well, I'm gonna straight up say it. We humans are sometimes gigantic fucking balance. Sadly, that's humans. We cannot do that about it. That's why morals exist and laws exist, because if they don't exist, well, nobody's gonna stop them from slandering you for being a PDF, even though you aren't, and nobody's then gonna stop the lynch. You know? A lot of people are so fucking amazing when they think they know law, but they don't, and worst of all, they're acting like they're above the law, or they think the law is bad. You know? Yeah. And yes, I've seen that shit. In my case, it is an active case, mind you, so I cannot talk about it much. But all I'm gonna say that. But what can you do? Back to the point. Like, you're all giving a lot of people a way out. People that should not get a way out are getting a way out. I'm just glad that these people who I did call out in the past are not doing so well anymore, unlike what they did previously. Like, I genuinely believe it's the consequences of their past actions are catching up to them or have caught up to them. I'm not gonna name names because that's for the drama channel. But all in all, they either do not have that pull they had long ago, or they really have to fucking sell their asses out politically wise just to get a speck of fucking attention. And that's not a good attention, because to do politics you have to actually have some sort of a brain. It's not the Twitch streamers who do political commentary. Those are not politicians. They want to be, but they're not. Because if they were, if they actually knew politics, they would be in the political, not content creation sphere, but in politics. Why they're not in the because, spoiler, I'm planning to do masters in political science and diplomacy, which is my specialty from my bachelor's degree. They basically don't want the responsibility. They do not. It's easy to talk online about politics, but not be a politician. You know? Because you can talk shit, however you're just gonna say, well, I am not a politician, I just talk about it. You know? And it's just an easy cop-out. You know? Because they don't technically have some political responsibilities. Unlike actual sitting politicians, where their words do affect. However, that's not to say that those streamers do not have any political influence. They absolutely fucking do. However, like I said, they're not technically politicians. Therefore, they can say some wild ass shit and dodge some of the responsibility if somebody who was in politics will do that. Hey, Nutter. Hello, Small, I'm back. How are you, dude? I am sharing my wisdom after getting my law degree and my practice. Yeah, we're painting my souvenirs from Italy. How you doing, Small? How you doing, Badger? We should play a game, Badger. I already played with my friend last Saturday. Just working on stuff. Oh, it's your project, huh? You don't need to tell me what the project is. I know you're keeping that a secret. Just tell me how goes the progress. And I'm now giving people, by the way, words of wisdom. We should go off. Yeah, I'm now used to my work schedule. Surprisingly, I can also go out early because I'm not getting paid. So stop. I'll pick up soon. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a Ko-Fi link for my friend's cancer treatment. If you all have any spare funds that won't put you any risk, please donate to them. If you want me to even persuade you even more, they're in England, they're in the UK, so you can imagine how fucked up the cancer treatment is. But yeah. Oh yeah, also, for those, if you're now wondering, wait, yeah, I heard you're not getting paid. Yes, for 2 years. Old law from Yugoslavia times, aka communism. They didn't fucking change it because, oh, government doesn't have to pay a bachelor. We just pay them an experience and a shorter qualification period for the bar exam. Well, that should be enough for them. Even though back then we were, you know, communists, where we could have actually, you know, had a little bit of a safety net back in that day. I swear to fucking God. It's also something that the UK, Badger, you will probably agree or disagree on Small, but I think the UK would have, if they see that fucking law, they would implement that ASAP, because, hey, fuck the people, am I right? But don't worry, like, I applied for a concourse where I can get some money for a year, and I don't know what the results are yet. Also, it's good that your little project is doing well, Small. I really do hope it will succeed, and I think it will. Okay, I think I watered down the slow. Yeah. Yeah. I watered the. Yeah. I've been away, for those who don't know, because, well, exams, my final exams, I decided to fuck everything and just solely focus on that one thing to an obsessive degree. I didn't sleep. The last, in the last week of the exam period, I did not sleep. And I was constantly reading to the point where my mom had to intervene and stop me from reading. And when she did that, I was like, because I was having near anxiety attacks. It also was happening during the period with Dora, and I'm friends with Len. You know, you all know that. Those who know the story and know the parties involved, I was heavily involved in that shit in the background. And I still fucking passed my exams, by the way. I still passed my exams even with the fucking chaos. Even with the chaos. So that should tell you all how I'm fucking good. But yeah. Yeah, what was I talking about? Ah, yeah. People who don't their shit. I also want to say, and that's gonna be for the record, please don't fucking listen to a streamer talking about politics. Please do not. Even if they have a degree in political science, please do not. Because political science and actual politics are not the same thing, basically. Listen to somebody who has a background in fucking law in your country. Because politics and law are heavily intertwined. And best of all, they know the legal system. They can talk about it better. So don't watch, you know, randoms. Please, for the love of God, don't listen to fucking VTubers who talk about politics. Please do not. And like I said, even if they have a degree in political sciences, because if they were actually fucking good at that, they wouldn't be streaming on Twitch. Do you understand me now? But yeah, Small, if you're still here, I have stories from my legal practice. Even though I'm currently in the archive, scriptorium's archives, basically. Because people have to go there to look up on the cases and shit like that. I have stories. I have actual fucking stories. A shit ton of them. And if you think, oh Vex, you swore an oath. No, I did not. I just can't say their names and any identifiable information. And since nobody's fucking Serbian here, you know, you will never know. And even if you are, you will never know. And even if I did swear an oath, you all don't understand how many judges are gossip girls. How many prosecutors are gossip girls. People in court talk. People in law talk. If you went to court, all of the town will fucking know. Not because they said your name, but because people will deduce that. But at that point, you're safe, because remember, only you cannot say that shit. If somebody can deduce that but from their own information they knew, well, fuck off then. You're at fault. Yeah, I have stories, man. And stories that will make you scratch your fucking heads and wonder how these people remember to breathe, because they're that fucking stupid. But then again, if you're in court, you did something stupid. Or somebody has done something stupid to you. Or you're just a spiteful prick. Or you're just a parasite, because there are something like that as well. Like doctors, they can talk about... Yeah, they perfectly can. Even active cases. Like, I can't talk about active cases. However, unless they're very interesting, nah. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, some of the shit is boring as shit. I'm gonna tell you. However, there's a lot of shit. Like, for instance, there was this one situation last week where a lawyer forgot to name the person they're representing. So this is inheritance, basically. They're reopening an old inheritance procedure. Why? Because the client's brother did not name him. So here's the thing: how usually how being summoned to inherit shit works. It could be different in your areas, in your parts of the world, but I think it's a lot of the stuff is the same. So basically, the court or police, whoever is in your jurisdiction, once you know, because you have to report the deceased, passing, because you have to then go to the cadaster of death, yes, to report that, because they probably have pensions or pays and something like that, and that has to be reported. It has to be reported. So they go to your next of kin, usually your wife or your children, or your brothers and sisters if you don't have a wife and kids, or have a wife but no kids. They go first to the first one they find, where they can legitimize, they're there, that's them, they are an inheritor, and they ask then the interested party, the person who's supposed to inherit, are there any other successors? So they ask for further successors. Then you'll be surprised how many times they will say, "No, I'm an only child." And here's the thing: the government does not know your family tree. Some people would think they do, but that's a breach of privacy. Then again, the UK might be different because they systematically are trying to erase privacy. Sorry, my eye. There we go. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. So they just don't know, and then the procedure acts like there's the only child, blah 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 blah, or better yet, there are two of them. They find two of them, but there are 3 kids. The deceased had 3 kids, not 2. And they basically collude between each other because they have to go to one then the other. They collude with each other beforehand to say, "Hey, let's fuck over our youngest sibling," So instead of us getting basically 1/3, we get more of the cut of the inheritance. And that happens quite a lot. They can suck my ass, I'm from Serbia. What are they gonna do, arrest me in Serbia? Good luck. They have to first get into Serbia. And if they go and say, "We're gonna arrest the citizen," they're gonna be arrested. But yeah. And they collude and shit like that. By the way, not reporting your next of kin for inheritance, at least here in Serbia, is a crime. It is a crime. And it's criminalized because it's done so fucking much. They want to yeah, they can say all they want, but no. That's their... You think us Serbs would listen to the English? Yeah. And it's been criminalized because it's done so much. I think in any sane country, deliberately not reporting a fellow in a successor is a crime. Because here's the thing, what happens is when that doesn't happen, then they file a suit. Then the case needs to be reopened again, even though everything now has been through the checks and balances, registered and shit like that. And there's also the fact that a lot of the times those inheritors will sell, you know, what they inherited, or pawn it, you know, or put it on the mortgage if it's property, you know. Then what the fuck are you gonna do? Because there are now third parties involved who did not know or could not have known that this was the case. And there's also something called morality. In legality, morally, the court cannot now take that away from them, you know. So what are you, unless the damaged party can how do I say this, prove that the third parties knew about the situation and acted upon it, you know. Because, spoiler, sometimes it happens. You and your sister, for instance, decide to screw over your younger brother, and you get a mate to buy your house that you will inherit, that's supposed to be his, for instance. And by the way, if you think there's a will, they will hide that will. They will try to find it. Sometimes they find it and they hide it, or for instance, they object to that will, saying that the deceased wasn't in the right state of mind when he was doing that. And sometimes it does happen to stick because, for instance, they suffered from dementia, you know, or Alzheimer's or something like that, you know. And now you have to prove that. Now, there are ways to prevent that shit from happening, but it's dependent on if the deceased or their loved ones had a brain and made sure that that wouldn't happen. And spoiler alert, this happens a lot. This whole case is just one of fucking many. There's also the fact that a lot of people don't fucking save their papers. I'm not even fucking kidding. They expect the court to save all of their documents. However, till like 2015, every 10 years, at least here in Serbia, they would dump those archives, because if they kept them, they would be the size of a 30. The amount of books you could fill, you can fill 30 square meters. You know, it's just, you know, too much. And so every 10 years they would just dump the archives. You know, and that's a procedure for everywhere around the world, you know. That's not just Serbia. And they're then all of a sudden surprised when they find out, oh god, they're surprised. Why did you throw that shit out? Why didn't you keep your fucking copies? Because, spoiler, the court is technically not at all, how do I say this, obligated to keep your documents. It's not, unless something specific. Unless it's your will, which then goes into a specific safe and labeled. But the rest, your court documents and shit like that, that's on you, buddy. You have to keep them. You have to preserve them and keep them, because, spoiler alert, you're gonna need them, or your children will gonna need them. Be a responsible adult and keep your shit. Every imported document, you not only keep, but make copies, verified copies. You just go to a notary or a lawyer to, you know, put this a seal where it says, yes, this is a valid copy of this document, because, you know, to prevent falsifications. You know, you you gotta fucking do it. Like, that's on you, man. Because you don't want to have a legal dispute and all of a sudden the relevant documents you don't have proving your side, you know, your case. You know, you don't want that to happen. Because then the judge is gonna go, well, you can't prove that you aren't legal successor or you didn't get your inheritance, so... You know? Like, there's just a lot of people who are stupid. There's also a lot of people who are fucking... I don't know how to explain it other than they're really fucking... not privileged, but actual fucking cunts. You know, spoiled, self-serving cunts. Ironically, in my cases, those were the Romanis here in Serbia. Whereas you all like to have them, the gypsies. I don't know why, but here in the Balkans, they're extremely fucking self-serving, and not every one of them, but a lot of them are self-serving people who just will cause shit for causing shit. And I don't know why, but a lot of them don't fucking work. They live off social benefits. Sometimes they fake their medical stuff. All just to not work and get money. Like this one woman who was obese, walking with a cane. She is saying that she didn't get. She got in the mail where the judge said, "Your daughter's address is not valid. What you gave us. Come to court and see what's going on." And she then starts a fight in the scriptoriums, even though the literal fucking legal note says go to this judge, signed by that judge. Why does she, what's the case? She's suing her daughter. And here's the thing, and she wants to sue her to get financial support. But here's the thing, how they do it. Since they're a national minority, they do it like they sue their child, and the child is like, "Here, I will give you 2 euros." The social services sadly have to fucking comply with that because there's no minimum amount. One of the biggest blunders, legal blunders in this country, and the rest they have to cover because there is a minimum amount of financial amount to make somebody able to sustain themselves, and every year it's changing because inflation and shit like that. And the rest, the social services has to. However, that's just that legal amount, not specifically the legal amount their children have to pay. You know? So they're gaming the system. And then she goes, she says me, and she's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Well, not exactly swearing and shit like that. She's like, "Who are you?" And the women working there says, "Oh, he's a new volunteer, lawyer." And they're like, "Okay, can you explain this to me?" Even though they already explained it to her. I don't know why. She's probably thinking she would get a different answer. And I just said, well, all they said is actually the truth and the facts. I can't say much because they already said it. And she starts yelling and complaining, and they told her she has to go to the judge's office, and it's on a flight of stairs. Not a lot of stairs, by the way. There are like 15 stairs. And she's like, I can't walk and stuff like that. What? Can somebody go for me? I'm like, no, this is strictly personal. She herself has to come. And then she orders me to fucking go instead of her. I'm like, what the? What? What? Who the fuck are... in my head, I'm saying, who the fuck are you to order me? You... Like, dude, come on. Like, I know you're fat, but come on, woman. It's 15 short steps. And the women in there who work in the archives were then ass mad and started telling her to get the hell out of there and go to the judge. And then she magically, all of a sudden, gets mad, picks up her cane, and walks normally. Then those women in the scriptoriums start laughing. And I'm like, why? Because, here's the thing. The program the court uses shows every case that's active. She has a case against her by the social services because the social services had reasonable doubt that she is faking her disability. What was her disability? A limp. She walked perfectly. All of a sudden got ass mad. In court. In front of witnesses who know her case. I gotta say, they may be greedy, but they're fucking stupid. And of course, the women reported her. I can't wait for the results. There's also another case, again, Roma. You're gonna see a lot of these weird cases are from the Romanis. Tsigani su Tsigani, as we say. Basically, this one older man came in instead of his son to get a copy of a decision of his son's divorce. You know, so he wants proof that because the judge only can do that. Sorry, I'm off camera just painting this. That his son is divorced from his wife, another Romani. But the problem is, only his son can ask for that. You cannot, unless you have legal permission, so legal authorization to do that, and he has to have a paper doing that, and it needs to be verified in front of a notary, which costs. He can't ask for that. And he goes like, well, my son is in Austria, he's... and like, well... And the women... And they're fully in their right to say, I don't care. That you cannot ask for that. If we give it to you, we're in trouble. He has to come himself. The law says so. Magically, all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, his son appears. And it is his son. They verified it. Yeah, the same son he said he was in Austria. Yeah, and by the way, for Serbia, there's no way he can spawn in 10 minutes. So he was there. And then his father decided to talk instead of him. Under the pretense of he can't speak Serbian. He speaks perfect Serbian. Bro, just use the real live VPN. Yeah, He spoke perfect Serbian. He was dead quiet, by the way. He was just speaking very little. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I know what he was doing. I'm gonna explain to you why. Because he just and then he says that the verdict was not mailed to him. The police have recorded that it was mailed to him. He has his own copy. And then his father was constantly interjecting to the point where the lady said, "If you talk one more time, I'm getting security to boot you two out of here." Because he was being persistent. There's a reason why he's doing that. They're doing it so that they could get a free copy. To not pay fucking 20 cents. Welcome to the Balkan Roma. That's how they are. 90% of the time. And why is he asking for a copy of the verdict of divorce so that he can get married again? He by the way, he has a wedding ring on. So why, first off, if you were divorced and that divorce happened months ago, why do you still wear a wedding ring? Well, it is usually the case of he got married in Austria while he was in the procedure of getting divorced. Also, why? For Austrian papers, of course. Because here's the thing about the Roma, and you will probably all get weirded out, but this is actually the truth, that this is a tradition that happens. They organize marriages. That's illegal, by the way. In between families. For a sum of money. By the way, basically they're selling off their fucking daughters. Or their sons, depending on the circumstances. It is gross, yes. Yes, and yes, it is illegal. It's very punishable, so they're always trying to do that low-key. Well, the paint just clogged everything. Haha, eat shit. And so he probably found a Romani girl in Austria and decided to divorce his, yes, Romani wife again. We all have records of your ethnicity here in Serbia when you're, because you have to give your certificate of birth. And that's where your ethnicity is matched. Because why do we do that? So that we can find the legality. Get fucked, bot. Seribot still works. So basically, yeah, some dude in Austria sold his daughter, basically. And they organized the marriage. She has Austrian citizenship, and he did that so that you could get papers. He married, but he then realized, oh no, Austria has that same rule where you cannot be married during the marriage, you know? So you have to be beforehand divorced. So he wants papers. So they, you know, authenticity. And again, he wants his own fucking free copy because the court will not only give you a free copy, but also stamp it for free. Ja, vidim, hvala. Dobro. You know? As you can imagine, and yeah. And they don't want, and why is his father talking instead of him? Because this little fucker is stupid as shit. Also fat, extremely fucking fat, morbidly obese, in fact. Here we go. I just finished the metallics. Now we're gonna take a dinner break and I'm gonna continue talking. Because I'm gonna give you all stories that you have never seen before. That's how I know it's like that, because here's the thing. Once you see a pattern, you will always see it when the dots connect. You know, you're gonna recognize the pattern. But yeah, they're doing that so that they can have their own little free fucking copies. Come on, man. What the fuck? Yeah, the moment when they say he's not here and he magically appears when he has to, you already are gonna have suspicions and be sus. Yeah, it's just hilarious. Also, I'm eating a piadina. It's basically like a mix of a crepe and a thick tortilla. It's fucking great. We took that recipe when I was in Italy. Fucking great. Highly recommend it. It's easy to make. And you can stuff it whatever you want. I mean, here's how it looks. It's a little bit burnt, but yeah. My highly recommendation is prosciutto, rocket, and any soft cheese. It's the classic combo, and it's a classic for a reason. It's that good. So, have I interested you in my stories yet? I already gave you 2. I am gonna give you more. Hi, hello, Net Badger. So, are my stories a bit interesting now? Right. Now let's get to a juicier tea. Alright? So, this is in the first week of my practice. I was at the reception. Yes, you started a reception. You might be asking, Vex, why are you a lawyer in the reception? Because everybody has to submit their lawsuits there first. One copy goes to the court. One copy they get themselves. Oh, there's always minimum 2 copies of the same lawsuit. And I get to read all of them. Not only that, there are people who ask questions. And usually it's the criminal kind. And yes, they're not gonna say it outright. Fucking idiots. Yeah. And this is a follow-up, and this is a story now I'm gonna say, because I was leading up to it. So, this was one time, there's this old lady coming to the reception, visibly distraught. I could see, and everybody in the reception could see, oh shit. By the way, one of the receptionists was on their holiday, so they were understaffed, and so I decided to fill in that role how much I could. Surprisingly, you don't need a lot of training for that. And I also learned how the court program works. How do you start a procedure? You have to transfer a document it has to start from there to go to the scriptoriums, then to the judge, and shit like that. So, already I'm learning something. But back to the juicy part. So this woman, hello, hello? I have a problem. 99% of the time, when they say I have a problem, it's a criminal court case. The 1% is the civic court, and it's just, I'm suing my wife. Like, literally. And so they decided to, all of them decided to, that week, go to me, because I'm the only one with a suit. And everybody knows if somebody's in there with a suit, that's somebody fresh from law university, a lawyer. Woo! Free legal advice. And yep. And yes, they asked me that. And so I'm like, okay, what's the problem? Well, it's not my problem, it's my granddaughter's. Uh-huh. She was summoned to court. Uh-huh. Already my brain has red alerts because when you're summoned to court, like I said, 99% of the time, it's a criminal charge. And I'm just like, okay, what's the case? Do you have the case number? Because she was asking for directions to the scriptorum because she wants to know when she's due to for the court summon. Well, I don't know. You don't know, okay? Well, is she here? No, she's not. Okay, I'm having red alerts already. Where she is? In Germany. Uh-huh. So, did she go to Germany before or after the court summon? There's a big difference. No, before. Okay, because if it was after, guess what it is? A criminal charge. Because you're then under very good authority, you're dodging a court summon. That's not a good look because the moment you come back to the country, you're gonna be fucking arrested. And that's an open shut case. You get like a year or two in jail just for that. Here in Serbia. You don't want to fucking do that. You don't want to go into Serbian prisons. She's like, okay. Or no, I'm like, okay. So, I cannot help you. Why? Because you have to give me a name. Because she was actively trying to avoid giving, you know, the information we need. Surprisingly, a lot of people, criminal or civic cases, they have some fucking part of their brain where they want to tell you their backstory and everything, but not the information you fucking need to help them. She's already like on her face. She's like deciding whether or not she has to screw over her little granddaughter. And she gave me a name. Okay. I typed that name in the court database. It pops up. And here's the thing. There's the number, the initials. So there's the P, K, I, O, R, and shit like that. Key is K, and the important one, the first thing that I needed to hear is K. That's short for krivično. Translated to English, criminal. Go to your left, first door on the left. And here's the thing, the girl next to me, who works at the reception, her eyes opened up like an owl. I'm like, I'm not gonna say her name. Hey dear, why are you looking at? I know that girl. You know her? Yes, we went to high school together. And she's younger than me by 2 or 3 years, alright? And I'm like, I opened my mouth. The other two guys in there, one's an old man, one is in his mid-40s. And they're begging me to ask the question. Do you want to see what's the case about? Because it doesn't show up at the start. You have to click on the case to see what it is. And yes, we are allowed to do that. They are allowed to see that. Oh boy. And she's like, fuck yes. Oh yeah, boy. Here comes the tea, boys. So, so if there's a criminal case, like I said, what's the charge? Possession. And no, I don't mean the possession of a demon going in your body and all of a sudden there's screaming you to get to shag them and vomiting. It's not that type of possession. It's possession of drugs. Oh boy. And it was... And here's the thing. Here in Serbia, we're like the European fucking Eastern Asian countries. Southeast Asian countries. Oh. Well, alright. I mean on YouTube. But I'm gonna wait a little bit. I spoiled the beans. Those who are on YouTube, you heard that. But yeah. What's the charge? The ad hits. Oh boy, you got cock-blocked by the ads on Twitch. Get Bezos. Yeah. By God. Yeah, I'm sorry about the ads. I couldn't snooze them anymore, so you're gonna have to suffer. But yeah, I'm gonna repeat that joke about the Exorcist reference because it's quite funny. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna grab the paints I need to mix the mahogany. So that's contrast. Okay, ads are back. Okay, Badger. Badger, if all who got ads, welcome back. Sorry, I can't deal with that because I already hit the snooze button maximum amount of times. Yeah, I am. It was a piadina. It's funny. Yeah. But yeah. So what was the charge? The piadinas are basically like a mix of a crepe and a tortilla in between. So yeah, it was possession, and I don't mean possession exorcist style where a demon comes in and asks the priest to shag them and starts vomiting all over. It's possession of fucking drugs. And I'm like, well, no wonder Granny was so fucking reluctant to give us any information to help her. Oh boy. And she was already charged. She was already charged. She's just off on bail. And she spends her time, you know, going to Germany. and she had like 0.60 grams of weed and 0.80 grams of amphetamines. And by the total of that, that's like 1.4. That is for personal use, so the charge is gonna be 5 years instead of 20, because if it's like over 10, that's not personal. I mean, actually not 10, over 5 kilos, that's not personal use. I think it's even shorter than that. And here in Serbia, we are, we're like Southeast Asia, minus the death penalty. We don't like any opioids. That includes weed. You're gonna get a fucking minimum 5-year sentence for even having 10 grams of that fucking stuff. However, and how she was caught? She was caught in the middle of that, you know, just as she bought it from a dealer in the Belgrade in New Belgrade bus station. So basically, there were cops monitoring that situation because that's a notorious point of the dealing. That or the dealer was an inside man. Who knows? But yeah, she was charged with possession. She admitted to it. Now, admitting to a crime by Serbian law, because we have civic law, we don't have precedents, we have civic law, so the law, what the law says happens. That's a beneficiary clause where the sentence well, I mean any opioid, and I mean when I say opioid, I mean any fucking psychological substance. I'm just using our legal term because we kind of just generalize everything. Like oh, mamutian. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, I have to fucking... It dropped on the... I have to clean this up now. What? There we go. Now I have to clean this shit up. Yeah, so basically you would get a shit ton of time. But yeah, but because she admitted to it, the prosecutor has to suggest a smaller sentence. So basically the prosecutor has to suggest the sentences he wants and alternative sentences. So he suggested either 3 years of prison time or 4 months in criminal detention, basically prison time, and 1 year of after that 1 year of probation under strict fucking watch. Basically, she has to report every day to her probation officer, and it's multiple times a day, by the way, here. And she has to go to, let's say, AA meetings. No, she has to go to meetings about that. No, she admitted. I don't know what, I mean, it's still going on. I think, if I remember right, her trial is gonna start soon, but don't count me on that. I'm also not telling you the court date, because why the fuck would I do that? But yeah, and so usually when somebody goes like asks for help, but they don't want to fucking give you relevant info, 9 times out of 10, it's criminal charge. What can you say? Now, there's also this case. Now, I'm going to a civic case this time, and it was more of a... It's more of a situation where it's a fucking annoying one than anything. So there was this one fucking old man, you know? And he has some sort of a issue regarding a flat, you know? That he owns in our town. He lives in the capital. And he inherited it. And he calls the reception because they have to call the reception first so that they will be redirected. You know. Here's the issue. First off, it's a fucking old dude. Like, you can... I mean, he told me his fucking age and shit like that, even though it's something that I don't need. He's proceeded to give me his full fucking background. And then I'm telling him multiple times, sir, I don't need that. What's the issue? What's the issue? And he's just like, well, my issue is that the flat I own, there's like an inheritance issue. However, I don't know the details about it. I'm just like, oh my fucking god, how can I help you if I don't know? And we redirect him to the place where he has to, and he is constantly calling and being persistent every hour, like genuinely every hour he's calling. Yes. So, and he's doing the same thing. Now, the issue is the timing was also bad because the people who were there were constantly either not there because they have also obligations, but also they can't help him because he is never giving info that they need to help him. And it's not like he's deliberately doing that, it's just he's a fucking senile old man. No offense to the man, but yes, he is basically saying, oh, I was born on this holiday, and he just can't, doesn't know the issue. 2, he's asking for a case that they don't have the archives for, because that case is old as shit, older than fucking Christ. And of course, he didn't save the documents. And like, he's constantly calling, and yet he's never giving useful info because he doesn't know shit. And at one point near the end, because there's a time limit where there's a period of time where they can help take calls after 2 p.m. they don't, and I'm telling him we can't help you anymore. And he's been calling non-stop from 8:30 to 2 p.m. So 8 hours almost non-stop. And it's annoying. He caused so much drama, and he's like, and he does, and all of it will be fixed if he just comes to the town. But he's an old man, he can't. He said he can, he wants everybody to do the work for him, yet he doesn't know how, he doesn't give anything to help, you know? And he basically says, well, then I'm gonna come with the investor. He never came. the investor did come, and at that point, they're like, "Well, brother, we can't help him. He didn't save the documents, so he's screwed anyway because it's his fault. And what more can we do? You know, at the end, it was all for nothing. He was just persistently being annoying because he's an old man, and that's it. Like, I don't want to be like that guy with people, but if you're that persistent and you genuinely don't give anybody information, and then you're mad, and he got mad for that. He called again to complain the day after that, and like, and I was after that not in the the reception, and the guy, but I was there in the office where he needed to be. They're like, "Well, sour grapes, sir, but you didn't save your documents. There's no archives of it. You should have taken better care of your documents, because this was something unavoidable that would have happened, and you didn't. And they basically blocked that number. They have the right to do that, by the way. He never called again. Yeah, like, please save your fucking documents, not just court documents, but any relative documents. So the deed of your house, and everything. Please save it. Yeah, because you are gonna need it, and you are gonna you're gonna feel the pain if you don't. Trust me on that. There's also the fact that you're screwing not just yourself over, but you're taking resources and time away from court, where they could have helped someone actually helped someone. Like, yeah, old people are fucking persistent as hell. Oh yeah, there's also another situation. Hey, Pickaxe! How you doing? Bonsoir, mon ami. I'm talking about my experiences during my 3 weeks of law practice. Oh yeah, I started working, sadly for free. Because by law, if I go to work in court or prosecution or attorney office, I have to do it for free. And why I'm doing that? Shorter time period to qualify for the bar exam. Yeah, that's it. So I'm talking about my fucking experience there. You already missed a lot of interesting stuff, but there's more. Next I'm gonna talk about shitty fucking lawyers. So, there's this one fucking lawyer who everybody in the town knows and despises. Because not only she's a grade A bitch, a hag, she is more persistent than diarrhea itself. And the thing is, she's recently a lawyer because she went to a private uni and bought her degree. Welcome to Serbia, buddy. She basically has a case, her own case, by the way, where she's suing her own brother, who is not that better than her, for 20 fucking years. And it's a spite suit because her father, their father, liked her brother more because he's less of a dickhead than her. And she's been suing him non-stop for 20 fucking years. To the point, she's constantly asking for court dates and stuff like that, even though they're decided. Or actually, no, she's not asking for court dates. She's constantly fucking sending appeals. To the point where the judges rip out the phone cables when she's calling. The funny and basically, I'm constantly redirecting her to the judge, and the judge she ripped up the fucking cable of the phone, and later on, the girl who actually works in the reception, not me, basically said, well, and she called past 2, and the court doesn't take legal parties after 2. And she's like, it's past 2, the judge won't take any calls, nor the scriptoriums will. Oh, I'm doing well, I just want to leave my job, but I told him I was staying 2-3 years. Yeah, sadly, but what can you do? I'm stuck 2 years here. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, and then she yelled at that woman. Well, not woman, girl. She's like 2 years younger than me, 25, I think. But que sera. She's a grown-ass woman. This woman is a hat. Then she started yelling at her at the phone, and we fucking cut the line. Next morning, 7 a.m. sharp, she waltzes in and yells at her. I'm there, by the way. Yelling profanities. You're lying about court not taking interested parties past 2 p.m. Yes, there. It's true. It's literally at the entrance written. She casually did not read it, and it's also something that it's something of a usual thing in Serbia. It's something that we learn in law university, but then again, she went to a private university where they don't teach you shit. She did never even appear there. She used to work in the same firm, and my mom was her director. Guess how many times she fucked up contracts? A lot. She doesn't know her shit. And she is like very vindictive, like a spiteful bitch. And that's me just giving her, and that's not even remotely fucking describing her, by the way. Thankfully, she doesn't know that I'm her director's son, because she would fucking hound me to the ends of the earth. Like, and she's still hounding people regarding that her case. Like, she's been doing this for 20 years, so like, she is persistent in spite. She's just persistent. She never wins because she has good arguments and shit like that. She wins by sheer persistency, because she is so annoying and just a bad person to the point you want just to end anything regarding to her. You know? And also, she's a fat fuck. You can literally hear her coming. And I know I'm being a little bit of a dick towards a woman, however, this woman literally verbally assaulted and nearly assaulted the woman next to me. And then, oh yeah, she didn't go into the scriptorium, they got the same answer. She said that the court president is, bought his degree, basically slandered him, in court, in front of other judges. And she called him an idiot. She went up to the court president. She wasn't there even for 5 minutes. She came out. red, angry, red as a tomato, stomping, huffing, and puffing. I know the court president, I met him, and he basically, I'm 10,000% sure he told her to piss off. Because he is the president of the court. He can say, in court, he can tell people literally to go fuck off. Because you cannot, we could hear her yelling. He is on the second floor inside it, and there's a hallway, three sets of doors that she has to cross through, and we could have heard her yelling. She just stormed in uninvited in his office. Do you all understand the level of crazy this woman is now? So when I see her, I bolt the fuck out of there. Because you don't want to be near that crazy person. You just don't. You don't want to risk. Because once she smells blood, she will never stop. That's good life advice for those types of people, because those types of people are not rare. There are people everywhere in the world, even in content creation, by the way, who are like that. Who will, once they bite and they become vindictive, and they're vindictive by nature, they won't ever stop. They won't stop. So avoid them. Like, just avoid them. Don't argue with them. Sure, it's like easy dunks and you will feel good because dunking on people is sometimes very, very rewarding. However, these types of people are not in the right state of mind, because you cannot be sane and do that. Don't risk it, because they will just not stop. Avoid them. Don't make contact. If you have some, if they still fucking gut to you, defend yourself, but don't, how do I say this? Don't provoke further shit from them, because, like I said, they won't stop. So I very much hope her brother wins, even though he is the same, cut from the same cloth. I just hope he wins, because that bitch will fucking cry. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, I missed the spot. Still, like, what are the fucking chances of me being somewhat connected to that person, even though it's something my mom's work related? It's still quite funny though. And of course, yes, she doesn't know her shit. She does not know her shit. She is very incompetent in the legal sense. How she gets clients, I don't know. I don't know, they're probably tricked. But hey, she somehow passed the bar exam because she just memorized everything. You can do that. However, you're not gonna be a good fucking attorney oh well, in her case an attorney, because no way she's gonna be a fucking judge. Her morals are Jeffrey fucking Dahmer has better morals than her, so. Yeah, that's about the cases that are interesting and that I remember. Like, there was a lot of stuff happening, so. Oh, actually, no, there is one more case that is somewhat interesting. Quite of a trigger warning, though. So, this is criminal court, alright? Actually, no, yeah, it is. And it revolves around unconsensual no-nos. However, it also involves false accusations. Alright? So, this one dude is suing his ex-wife because she falsely accused him of an unconsensual no-no. You can guess what it means. And he spent time in prison for that. Couple of years. In that prison, he was innocent. He is innocent. In that prison, he was unconsensually no-no'd. And it mentally broke him. And makes sense, given what happened to him. Alright? This is where I further despise false accusations, by the way. So he's suing his ex-wife and country, and he has the right to do that. He's suing the country for reparations, and he's suing the wife for obvious fucking reasons. Now, the problem is the judge sadly did not arrive, and he threw a massive fucking fit where he was pinned to the ground. And you could see that he is not okay. He had his shirt uncovering his belly. He was very sporadic. You could tell he's a broken man. However, I cannot be it's one thing when it's just a usual client, you know, fucking criminal or something like that, you know. Somebody who committed a crime and rightfully is getting his karma and shit like that. It's another thing when you see somebody who was clearly falsely accused, proven to be falsely accused, for a crime for a serious crime he did not commit. And it's eye-opening as a man, where I'm gonna straight up tell, because I have more men in my chat and community than women. Bros, please be fucking careful with who you're dating and who you marry. If you have a gut feeling, it's best to follow that gut feeling and regret it later than that happening to you, because it can happen. It happens more than what people believe it does. Now, and I'm seeing this, and his ex-wife was there, and she was holding back a laughter. Like, I have never felt that angry at a woman in my life. Like, you literally ruined his mental health, life, everything. And why did she falsely accuse him? Because she wanted to get all of his property, but didn't want to go through a divorce because she had a lover. By the way, her lover confessed to what actually happened. That's how he got out of prison. That's how everybody learned that he was falsely accused. And why did he confess? Because the bitch cheated on him. So he's not that of a good person as well. He was complicit to what happened because he was with her at that time, and he didn't try to stop her and shit like that. You know, so he's technically an accessory, and he basically went on a deal so that he doesn't get into trouble. So yeah, the other guy is not that fucking great as well. Because if she never cheated, he would have kept his mouth shut. Oh well. Have I broken your faith in humanity yet? Mine is. Mine definitely is, sadly. Like I said, bros, please fucking make sure who you date. By the way, this also happens to women as well. Especially if you're in a same-sex relationship. Because spoiler alert, the most percentage of domestic abuse comes from, and it happens the most frequently between lesbian couples. Yeah. So, be very careful, women, my girlies. Be very careful. Be extremely fucking careful. Who you date, and this applies to everyone. Be careful who you date. If you have a feeling that something is not right, just follow that feeling. If it's not what it is, you could try to make up, apologize. You felt that you're in the right to feel that way if you feel that way. Because once you're in, you cannot get out. They're gonna latch onto you like no one's business. Like a leech, and you're fucked. You're utterly fucked. Have trusted people always with you. Have people that you can confide into. And best of all, have people that will believe you. Like, in my 3 weeks of practice alone, I have seen so much of life. I've seen birth, death, life, all in 3 weeks. Like, honestly, like, and here's the thing, the most chaotic branch of law is inheritance, not even criminal law. Even though I just gave you a very, very, a case that is something that is YouTube worthy, but yeah. Like, a lot of shit happens in fucking during inheritance, and you'll see a lot of the times people's true fucking colors. Because the moment you're gonna get something, it's something like, I don't know why, but the inherent greed of man just pops up. And if you were a bastard in private, you're gonna be in public during that shit, because there's 9 times out of 10 situations where your fucking family is gonna so wreck you. Like, you will be shocked. You will get the shock of your life. Like, make shit up about you just so that they could have your share of inheritance. Or better yet, if they will fucking be petty towards you, even though they're not gonna inherit, they will not inherit shit. Like, there was this, like, an uncle tried to sue his nephew for the inheritance of his brother. However, by law, he can't. His brother had a wife and kids. They're the ones, by legal code, are the line of succession. He can only inherit if, one, they don't exist or not alive anymore, and two, that their parents are not alive anymore. Which, ironically, they were. So he would have probably sued his own mother. You know? Something. It's like, we call it Sejačko posla. Village shit, basically. And it is, like, they're from a rural area. And it's just like, bruh. You're suing your own nephew for inheritance you wouldn't get anyway. It's not your shit. And it's his brother who passed in a car accident. Like, I mean, the amount of bullshit I've seen that just... It's not for the faint of heart. Like, you have to have some sort of fucking mental strength to watch all that shit happen. See it. Not, like... And I have to help the judge, and God bless, and now I know why the judges are sometimes a little bit weird. It's because they see this shit all the damn time. God fucking damn it. Like, and I have to hold my fucking tongue to just yell at that guy, because how can you be that much of a bastard towards your nephew who just lost his father over a piece of land you wouldn't inherit anyway because your dad made a will and split it in half? It's not yours. But yeah, like, God fucking damn it. Anyhow, those were the cases I had. Well, the interesting ones. There was this one, I wasn't there, but there was this one Romani woman who just fucking asked for copy of a receipt of payment, even though she has to go to a bank for that. And why did because it's also social service payment, by the way. The court has it, however, they're not allowed to give it to you. That's the banks or the social services. And why did she go to court? Because in other situations she has to pay for it, which is 50 cents. Like, they just can't help the fucking stereotype. Like, my God almighty, why are you perpetuating the stereotype still? And she brought in her fucking kid. Why the fuck are you bringing your toddler in court? That's extremely fucking irresponsible. Like, this is court, serious shit. There are fucking criminals waiting in front of that fucking courtrooms and shit who could, at any point, try to book it and run. You know, and you bring a fucking kid there. What the fuck is... Like, I will never understand these fucking people. And by these people, I mean stupid people. I will never understand them. I genuinely never will understand them. How can you be that fucking stupid, dude? And the sass some people have. God fucking damn. But yeah. Was everything interesting? And I'm sorry if it's trigger warnings, but I work in court. What do you expect? We are gonna have some heavy topics, and I'm not afraid to share them. Because there are life lessons for every one of you. I once had somebody... Hey, Clint, I remember you on Twitter. You're from Smalls community, I think. Was that someone who was cycling uphill on a straight road and went straight into a parked car trying to sue the owner? People are dumb. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are from there. Good. Yeah. Yeah, there are people who do that. There are people who jump on fucking windshields of cars just so that they can sue. Even though there are countless people seeing everything. Like, we don't have like car cams, you know, dash cams here in Serbia. That's not quite of a thing, even though I highly advise people to install dash cams on their cars. I highly do, because you all don't realize how much of a lifesaver that is when there's a case you're suing and you prove that you're not at fault. You know, when you want to sue for damages. Yeah, just there's some people who are just straight up fucking dumb. It's not just dumb, they're fucking self-serving. His argument was the car was parked facing the wrong way. So if the big black Mercedes is harder to see from the front. I mean, he can say all he wants, but he doesn't have a defense because there's something called brakes. And he would have seen it. Like, it's not that hard to see a parked fucking car. It's not that hard. You can see a parked car a mile away. Like, if you didn't stop it, either it's malicious, done it in a malicious intent, or you're just stupid. And the court won't help you with stupid. The only way he could actually sue is if the car was in motion while he was riding and the car deliberately stopped. You know? But good luck even if that happens proving that, unless you have a GoPro on your helmet. I mean, you can't prove it because there are like traffic cops and traffic engineers who will see that and deduce everything and shit like that. However, it's gonna fucking cost a lot. To the court, by the way, and if you lose, they hand you over the bill. Good luck fucking paying that. How to say this? Professional witnesses. So professionals who have to prove that something happened and shit like that. They ask for 250 euros minimum. The average pay in Serbia is 400, so that's half of the average pay. Good luck. And that's just one thing. We're talking about thousands of euros of the case. Excuse me, what the fucking mythical stream pull is this? Hello, Nula VT. I am... What? Oh, okay. I'm painting Warhammer. And I'm a lawyer in real life. So I'm talking about the cases that I've just seen in my practice. I work in court. Not in an attorney firm, in court. You're gonna hear a lot of fucking shit from me now. How do you find the stream, by the way? Gas. Oh yeah. Gas in a good way or bad? Because I'm from Serbia and gas usually means good. Twitter. Oh, fair enough. Also, I'm raising funds for a friend of mine's cancer treatment. If you all have money to spare. Gaspar. A jebem ti mater! Pokaži da si naš! Nah. I refuse. Fair enough. Pričam u sudu šta ja sam počeo pre 3 nedelje. Volontiram. Znaš kako ide besplatno 2 godine, jebi ga bez plate. Jebe mi materu dupe da im jebem tu komunjare. And that's all you're gonna hear me in Serbian right now, boys. And if you all can't donate, please do share that link around to your friends or whatever. They're really trying hard to pay their second row of treatment. It's cancer. A, moj saučešće, brate. A, za pare, da. Prijavio sam se za moju prvu platu, ono sve, pa ću dobiti 40 soma, to je 40% od uobičajene plate tamo. Biće samo godinu dana ako me prihvate na konkursu, to država inače radi. Pa ćemo vidjeti. I'm explaining to him that, you know, my first pay conquers and stuff like that. I'm praying to God it will work. Yeah, all depends on the ministry. And usually they say yes. However, shit can happen. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. Gonna find a motherfucker for the prva plata bullshit. Sadly, that's the government is trying to do, and it's only like if you're in a specific field of work, and it's dictated by law. So there's a specific thing where if the law says you do, doesn't say you can't. And it's mostly for public sector. Because the public sector kinda sucks in this country. Kinda just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Especially if you're not into politics, then you're definitely... It definitely fucking sucks balls. It's like they're fucking grabbing you by the balls and twisting it, giving you testicular fucking torsion. Grab his dick and twist it! Connections, my brother. Ah, fair enough. It still applies though, brate. It's still the same fucking thing. It still applies to what I'm saying. It still sucks balls. It's like they fucking grabbed you and twisted it. Ah, jebate otac u dupe. Alright, that's it for this brush. Should I be telling a lawyer about the legal shit? I mean, we don't do it, probably not. If you're hiring a lawyer for something, tell them everything. You tell a lawyer everything. Don't hide shit. But not me. I don't... Ja nisam položio pravosudni, tako da ne može. I didn't pass the bar exam yet. But yeah, if you're in legal shit, I mean, you're probably not, thank God. But if you ever in the case and stuff like that, tell your lawyer everything. Everything. If they ask you a question, answer it. Don't hide shit. Just tell them. Just fucking tell them. You're already paying them. You know, they won't fucking rat you out, because if they rat you out, they lose the case, unless you have done something very, very, very bad, in which case you're fucked. But the rest, tell them everything. The only people you have to tell everything that are not your family are doctors and lawyers. The rest, either tell them nothing or tell them the bare minimum. There, advice from a lawyer. Do I even show them my Twitter bookmarks? If it's a... here's the thing. The prosecution is legally obliged by law that they have to share whatever they find, evidence they plan to during discovery, they will show in front of the judge. Alright? Because that's fairness of trial. So, you already know what they will put in. And if it's your Twitter bookmarks, yes. Your college in operation right now? Duh. Since late August. Yeah. I finished law university at just when it started operating again. Unless they stopped, which I highly doubt they stopped operations because they announced master's programs, which I'm gonna master degree programs, which I am applying in October. Because why the fuck not? Why not? I'm still like in the zone of studying. I'm not getting paid. Might as well like do what every other smart colleague of mine does and studies for a master's. And of course I'm gonna take diplomacy and political sciences. Because one, I specialized in that in fucking uni, and two, some people pissed me off on Twitter. And at this point, I'm gonna fucking do it. I mean, I'm not gonna be a political streamer, that's for damn sure, because I'm not fucking stupid. And worst of all, I'm not dumb. Hold up, let me just see what I painted for the previous trees I have. Oh, I painted it black? Yeah, here. I'm trying to do what I did here. Actually, I have to put them here as a reference. Okay. But yeah, cracking my back. Alright. By the way, I painted these guys a year ago. Gaz, brate, sad ćeš vidiš nešto drugo. I have a full shelf of these fuckers. This is my pride and joy. I think this is the best miniature I ever painted. Yeah. The old man. Le Dante himself. Yo. Yeah. Yeah, I know how to paint metallics at least. I've been painting these bastards since 2019. Huh. 6 fucking years. I'm still not that good. Well, I haven't been painting like others non-stop every day. I'm in Serbia. I don't have fun. I get funds from collecting change from my grocery shopping. So it takes me a couple of months to save up to buy a box. So of course I'm not gonna be super duper good. However, I don't do like professionally and shit like that, nor do I plan to. I would have if it was profitable. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I mean, I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. Of course, I'm gonna do it if it gives me profit. We're lawyers. We love money. Idi Mirko krati drvo. What am I? Nula. Sam ja šiptar? Da to radim? Stvarno? Also, I have been doing, Nula, you weren't here from before. I've been doing what we all do in our favorite pastime. Shitting on the Roma, because in court, all of the 80% of my cases were because they do something stupid. Like, I hate stereotypes, but they constantly fucking work the stereotypes to the point where it's true. My fucking hell. I hate it. I hate the fact that the stereotypes are based on truth. I hate it. I thought it was fake. I thought it was some bullshit internet bullshit. No, it's real. Some of the shit is real. What's next? They're gonna... Never mind. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. What are they, Sweet Home Alabaming now? What the fuck? If that stereotype is true as well, I'm going to riot. But... Oh, we're going to get along very well. Well, remember to hit that follow button then. Because I'm gonna try to stream every day. Because I have a marathon, because I have to edge highlight. Basically, I have to paint the edges of the miniatures in the brighter contrast paint. To highlight, of course, the edge.
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song
Oh
again.
fuck, I didn't... Okay, I have to change that shit.
Which one, man?
See if actually it's shortened.
The one that goes beep boop boop bop. Beep
Huh.
boop boop beep bop bop beep boop boop beep bop
Boo bop.
beep boop boop beep boop bop beep boop boop bop
Bop.
It takes
beep
too long.
boop boop beep bop.
No, no, it's good that you did that, actually. Because I haven't streamed in 4 months. I thought I changed this. Apparently it didn't, so thank you. Actually, show me something that I have to fix. If you didn't do that, I wouldn't have known. Fala, brate. Where estamos, man? Should change it only follow. No, it's the length. It's too long. It takes like 20 seconds or more. I tried to shorten it. Followers can chat. No. What are you saying, dude? There's no issue like you following me. It's not follower only chat. I made it so that everybody interested can chat. I'm of the opinion that if you're a small streamer like me and you put follower only, it's kind of a shitty move. You know? I get it if you're a bigger streamer, for instance. Or I don't know. Or you got hate rated recently, you know. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. That is a perfectly good excuse why it's followers only. But if it's not like that and shit, like, why the fuck are you doing that? Oh, it's not just bots, but just fucking stupid, hateful people as well. There are a lot of people, like, it's, I don't get them anymore much. But, for instance, when I started streaming, I had an Albanian posing as a Bulgarian writing Srbi na vrbi. You know what it is. So yeah, like, and that was like 4 years ago. I vividly remember it still. And all of a sudden I had a lot of fucking hateful people from Albania, of course, in my chat, and I made it followers only for 10 days. And then it stopped, thankfully. Because they don't want to fucking follow Serb. They're so nationalists that they don't want to do that. Oh, it's funny. It's quite funny. Hilarious, if I say so myself. Gotta love the nationalists. At least they're stupid enough to predict just Balkan things. Exactly. You don't realize how on point you are, Clint. You don't even realize how on point you are, my brother. Like I've seen, I mean, there's not a lot of Serbs on Twitch. There's a lot of on YouTube. And and they're constantly getting, especially the smaller ones, they're constantly getting hate rated by nationalists. And it also happens in the opposite way. Like, there's always that one Serb who is just trying to harass a Croat streamer or shit like that. Like, there's always that. Like, I am not saying we Serbs are immune to that. That there's no one who did it. There definitely. Like, this is Balkan. All right. I know a Greek VTuber who sometimes has fucking Turkish nationalists just in her chat, just spewing all kinds of hateful shit. She's quite funny. She at first was taking a piss at them, and she would really fucking piss them off deliberately, which is based. But now her mods just auto banned them. Just at this point, like, why? Why would I argue with you? Like, you're just taking away my brain cells at this point. My brain cells are already fucking lost because 1, law university, and 2, because I'm a VTuber. Of course, I'm gonna have any brain cells left. The last brain cell I have is currently fucking busy studying law. So I'm just head emptying always. Also, thankfully, I was smart enough to buy, well, not buy, I found a guy I know who passed his bar exam, and I just basically pulled a Hail Mary and asked him, hey, can you give me your bar exam textbooks? I just finished mine, and I just finished university and I want to study ahead. And he just went, alright, fuck it, you're a homie, bet. And he just gave me. So I'm ahead of time studying for it. Because here in Serbia you have to pass 5 exams in a row, or else you auto-fail. And you have to retake the bar exam after 3 months. Now, of course, it costs a fuck ton. Yeah, you know, so studying ahead of time is kind of smart. And like I said, I have a lot of free time during court, because when I start working with a judge, I'm just gonna do a lot of I'm still gonna have periods where I'm not doing much and I can just study, because like I said, I'm not getting paid. The judges know that, and they're just like they allowed the other volunteers to study, because we're there to learn and work, of course, get experience, but mostly learn, even though we're not getting paid. Unless you somehow manage to get into the pripravnik position, but that's a whole different story. I don't want to go there. We need to restart the Balkans. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, maybe a nuke would fucking fix this place. Just maybe. But if they're gonna nuke the Balkans, nuke everyone. That way, everyone gets the same treatment. It's fucking hilarious, huh? Oh, my back, hold up, I have to crack a back. Alright. Let's see, where's my gold? Here comes the part I hate when I'm painting these guys. Oh shit! The spikes. I forgot to paint them black. Yeah, it's pure black, alright.
the horns are gonna be bone because when I painted these guys, I didn't have the bone color, or I did, but it fucking solidified in the pot. Yep, dried up. Fucking hilarious. It is. But
it's not hilarious to me. That's an expensive fucking paint pot. It's like fucking €5
per pot.
and it's like this. This is this is more than €5 because it's gold metallic, but €5. Same size pot.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it lasts a long time. However, yeah,
Still expensive. That's why I buy Vallejo more.
because they're less expensive. They still cost like, but it's like from €5 to €4. But like, okay, it's €1 or less. Also, I'm using a shitty brush for this.
I'm gonna make a VTuber agency, please. Don't. Don't.
Don't. You need a lot of capital. You need a lot of money. You have to register it.
You need to get funds and shit like that. Para nema, pa moraš da otvoriš DO, bajo. Well, da, moraš. You have to sign contracts. You have to give them some.
You have to give them a front payment at least. Then you have to pay for their insurance, their pensions. Yes. Like everybody thinks opening an agency is that easy. No, it's not. I know you're joking, but still.
A VTuber agency is no small thing.
A lot of people open them, and then they don't last even a year, and they shut down, or they do drama, or they just don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I ain't joking.
Good luck. Good luck.
My homies and I are doing it. You better, better do what Vichiban does. Don't make an agency, make a group. You know?
Make a group with you and your homies in it, and do collab projects and stuff like that. Like, look what Shiabo and Buff Puff,
Rose Doodle are doing, and you do the same thing. That's my biggest advice. Yeah, then turn into an agency, hopefully. Hopefully. You never know.
But yeah, do it like that first. See how it works. However, they only did it once they became big enough. When you're small, let's straight up say it's hard.
Because you have to market. How are you gonna market it? That's the trick. Marketing is an extremely important thing. Mass is making all the mollusk, which is a bitch. Alright, that's Well, I mean, thank God you can draw. I can barely fucking draw stick figures. I can only paint 3D stuff. Yeah, marketing is gonna be a bitch for you. I said you have to get people interested in that fucking group. How are you gonna do that? Like, I don't know how you're gonna do it because I mean, good for you. You should try. I always tell people at least try. Ignore me. It's just I'm cynical. I'm a jaded fucking 27-year-old. Like, I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I've been also in the VTubing community, well, the English one. From early on, I've seen shit. Balkans are born jaded. Yeah, yeah, you outlawyered me. You're completely fucking right in that regard. Like, we are born jaded. So true, bestie. So true. I'm so not used to the camera. It's been 4 months and I'm so not used to it. I don't know where to place the miniature. And you became a lawyer. Yes, because at least I can milk people's money out of them. I mean, it's fucking true. Everyone will fucking go into trouble one way or another. You will go to court eventually, even if you didn't. Oh, the Klosharim Sadruštvo. Good stream though. Thank you, man. Thank you. Like I said, it's been a long ass time since I streamed last time. I missed it. So not used to it. Like, I just hunkered down to studying at my degree, while helping Len. I swear, I mean, I openly call Sylvie Spark a cunt, so I'm not gonna hide his name anymore, but that fucking bastard. And of course he's part Croat, by the way. So of course I'm gonna be antagonistic towards him. I'm joking, Sammy, but he is a fucking bastard. Jebeni kreten. Like, he is always gonna be in my shit list. Always. Like, the shit he did to Len, and his excuse was, I was paranoid, I was stubborn. Chill. I have trauma, well, fuck off. Like, fuck off, you fucking cunt. That's no excuse. You traumatized the poor person. To the point where they left the internet from their joy, all because your mommy was letting minors in her fucking Discord to get Discord partner faster. Like, I don't care. Yes, that's the sole reason. And then he calls them unhinged, paranoid, shitting on them because they have bipolar. And he's labeling himself as a progressive, mind you. Progressive, my ass. He's just a fucking attention-seeking hoe. As the KGB call them, political prostitutes. Which they are. Now, because of that whole situation, their reputation is so shit, they turn to politics just so that they can get more fucking likes on Twitter than me. I am 1/60th of his size.
And I get more fucking algorithm than him. The fucking idiot.
You imagine having 30k plus followers and nobody gives a shit. Wow.
There we go. That's your little drama for me. However, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Also, for clarity's sake, if anybody knows who Lennox is, the recent situation why they left the internet, well, it's not recent, but before that, it's not related to Sylvie, so please don't fucking DM me about what happened. I know I was the voice in the situations and shit like that, but please don't fucking DM me. Len wrote it what happened. If you still are not satisfied, sucks balls. I'm not telling you shit. But he is not related to it whatsoever. If he was, I would have been hounding him. And he knows that. He fucking avoids me. Ironically, I mean, I don't fucking talk about him much anymore as well, to be honest. Do I believe he will respect the deal he made? Nope. I think he will backtrack on it eventually. He's that petty. He will find a slight and he will act on it. It's just him. Sadly, you can't fix a broken fucking machine. No matter how much. If it was broken from the start, you cannot fix it. Like I said with people, be careful who you're dating and be careful who you are friends with. If you have a gut feeling about how they act, if you have a gut feeling how they act, follow that feeling. Because you can easily make up, usually. Sometimes you can't, but just say, I felt like that, I felt uncomfortable, I felt a feeling, and I decided to act on it for my own protection. It will piss them off, probably, but if they didn't act a certain way, if they're actually decent human beings, they would understand that, because you're saying how they acted made you uncomfortable. And that's what friends do. They tell each other that stuff. Like, for instance, I had some situations like that. It sucked. Don't get me wrong, it sucked, because nobody likes to be told, hey, you didn't act appropriately and stuff like that. Or, hey, you made someone uncomfortable. Nobody likes to hear that. However, if you're a normal functioning adult who doesn't have an ego size of Jupiter, you would take that, because they're not talking out of malice, you know? Because if they didn't like you at that point, they would have ditched you. They still consider you a friend who wants you to be better. You know, that's what friends do. They keep each other accountable. Are not yes-menning. They're not sucking you off, you know, toxically positive and shit like that, or just sucking up your ass. They are telling you straight up, hey bro, you didn't act well. Some people told me this and that. I'm here to tell you that. And can you at least try to work on it? You know, or something like that. Depending on the person, some people really fucking take that. But yeah, like, if you're truly friends, you would take that into consideration. I took that into consideration because I'm sadly how do I say this, painfully Serbian. And sometimes I sound aggressive. Because we Balkans, you know, we're very emotional people. And we are from an area where it's rough. So we are very thick-skinned. You know, and we we very much are also loud. So if, say, somebody from America is from different, you know, not only side of the globe, but different mentality whatsoever, you know, there it's different. And even though they will say, here we say, oh, yo, poješću ti džigericu, oh, jebem ti mater, you know, I'm fucking your mother, I'm getting pissed and shit like that. You know, which are idioms here in Serbia, you know, it doesn't mean actually that, it's just, it's how we talk. However, some people might find that different, they react differently. And basically I adapted. I changed my way how I speak. At least towards them. Here in Serbia I can talk like that because it's normal. You know? And like I said, I don't know. They know because they know they have Serbian friends. He knows how we are. So it's good. In my case, for instance. And I asked him, well, how do I make sure that I don't? And he advised me how to act. You know, in front of them, because they're their friends. They know them best. So I adapted, because I'm a friend. He is my friend. If I make somebody uncomfortable, his friends uncomfortable, with that, I hope him to tell me that, so that I can change. And we hashed it out with me and the other person, this and that, and I think it's okay. I think we're okay. You know? Basically that. You know? Like, I am a little bit prideful. I have an ego. Like, through the shit I've been and the fact that I somehow managed to pull it through the end, it gives you some sense. It makes you like I am, like how I am. However, I know it's a bad thing as well, you know, because nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I have a lot of faults, you know. I at least admit to it, and not only that I know I have faults, I at least try to not let them take over, or not, how do I say this, or not fucking, I don't know how to say this. I'm painting fully, so I'm not. Hi Nukin, how are you doing, brother? It's good to see you, at least here in the chat. Are you finally playing Arena Breakout as everybody else is? You're finally selling shit? I still have to do my dailies. I stopped my games just to start streaming again. Also, I'm dedicating the EDGEATHON to Banshee for her funds. So I have to change the image, but that's a problem for future Rex, not for me currently. Like I said, I haven't streamed on YouTube shit in months, which is bad, but hey, I was getting my degree. Lots of space after shillings. Wow, you have a lot of, you gain a lot of working money, more than me, brother.
Why do I sound Texan all of a sudden? Well, let me just... There we go. I'm sorry, I'm off camera doing this now because I have to really fucking bend over to see everything because the phone camera blocks everything. I'm also so not used to my camera because, like I said, I haven't streamed in 4 months, so positioning wise it's fucked. Actually, I have to end it. Holy shit. It's 9. We'll be back tomorrow though, so all's good. Yeah. I have to like clean up. I have to freshen up for tomorrow. Wash my hair and stuff like that. So yeah, I use this brush, so I'm gonna have to like put it like here. But yeah, I know Nukin, you just came, but I have to fucking end it. Like, I have to do a lot of stuff because I wake up early. Alright. In LP bottles alone. Liquid pink as well. Nice. Game the system. Game the system, brother. Alright, let's see is Banshee streaming still. We're gonna raid her. I have to scroll down so fucking far down. Holy shit. She is streaming. He's playing Final Fantasy 14? Huh? Oh, Len's there. Oh, now it makes sense. Oh, Len finally persuaded Banshee to play. I mean, fair enough. So we're gonna raid Banshee, who we're raising funds for. I'll see you all tomorrow, the same time, which is 6 PM Central European time. Alright? Thank you all for welcoming me back. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll end the stream on YouTube.